Welcome to the Clean Speech Challenge. I'm Gila Ross, host of the Power Up podcast, and I'm so excited to bring you the Clean Speech Challenge. Over the next few days, we are going to hear from experts around the world, inspiring ideas about how we can improve our relationships with our words. And each day, we're going to get one short, actionable item that we can take into our life and use it to upgrade the way we talk to others. And while we're doing it, there's going to be opportunities to create community and win prizes. Check out the show notes for details.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know that it's a busy day for you, so I really appreciate that you are joining us really in kind of this like bonus round of the Clean Speech Challenge. We've had an amazing week with various different challenges, and we've heard from some incredible feedback from people who have done the challenges and have seen so much positivity from just focusing on our speech and our positive speech. But we're so excited, Yaffa, to hear from you, because I believe that you're going to talk to us a little bit about the art of the compliment.
Yeah, first of all, I love this project that you're doing. It's beautiful. It is so needed. It's so necessary. And it's unique. And I think it's really special that you're doing it.
Thank you.
Really, kol hakavod to you, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of it.
Thank you.
I've been rushing like crazy. I'm making a big event today for Yom Yerushalayim for my community, and I just.
What are you doing?
Well, we also just got so I don't know if those of you who know me don't know me. We have a shul, and we just got a new Sefer Torah donated. So we are making a Hafnasa Sefer Torah and Yom Yerushalayim event, like a joint event.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So I just finished all the cooking. We did like Israeli food, shawarma, falafel, and I baked these brownies. I wanted to make like an Israeli dessert, but something a little unique. And also, like, I'm not in the mood of doing like all the like baklava, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I just made, and they smell so good and they look so good, but I didn't taste them yet. I just made halva brownies.
Ooh.
I know.
That's good.
And I just cut up watermelon for the entire community, and I got new knives.
Oh.
Tell me I got a new knife without telling me I got a new knife. And this is just one finger. The other one is holding up the phone.
Oh, goodness.
So I just ran and like put some hair on. I'm not even dressed yet or makeup or anything, but I wasn't going to miss this. So I rushed, and here I am.
Thank you. It makes it even more special that you're joining us for it. That the fact that you packed it in, and those halva brownies sound so good.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. I'll send you a picture afterwards. Oh my gosh.
Please have one for me. Please have one for me.
What?
Have one for me.
Oh.
I'm saying eat one for
I'll
me.
have plenty for you.
Thank you.
Yes. I mean, hopefully there won't be any left. I hope so many people will show up that, there won't be enough.
Right.
It smells so, I'm like sitting here like getting high on them. Anyway, let's talk about the art of the compliment, because I have just a few minutes. I wish I could sit here and schmooze with you forever, but I have to go set up for the event. So the compliment, this is something that we probably all heard of. We probably all know about and understand how the compliment is important. And I don't know if we ever give it that much thought, though. Like if we ever really think deeply into the power of the compliment,
Yeah.
Do we think about it? Is it important? Either we say something or we don't say something, we're just kind of like, and, to be honest, a compliment has so much power. We probably all are familiar with the Chazal, Hachayim v'Hamavis biyad halashon, right? That the life and death is in the hand of the tongue. And hold on, I'm so sorry. I'm just looking. I know I have somewhere around here a place to like put my phone. My hand is starting to hurt me. 1 second. Okay. I don't know where it went. I also just moved a few weeks ago, so things are still all over the place. Okay, whatever. Sorry about that. I'll just deal
That's
with
okay. No worries.
I'll deal with my aches. Okay, so I'm getting good biceps, so we're gonna focus on the positive. Hachayim v'Hamavis biyad halashon, that life and death is in the hands of the tongue. And we say this, we heard about it, we talk about it. Do we do we actually take it seriously? Like, do we understand how significant those words are, that literally life and death are in the hands of the tongue, are in the hands of the words we say. You know, we could literally make or break someone. And that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. In the parshios that we read a few weeks ago, Tazria and Mitzora, we have two different parshios that talk about the concept of tzaras. Okay, two whole entire parshios, you know, dedicated just to that topic of tzaras, and they talk about tuma and tahara, right? Purity and impurity. Well, for lack of more accurate translation, because it's very hard to translate Hebrew words. You know, like they're really
it gets lost.
Try our best, but it's really not so accurate. So why do we need two entire parshios dedicated and devoted to tuma and tahara, which is purity and impurity, and to taras? What's taras, for those who might not know? Taras is leprosy, loosely translated. It is the ailment that one, that's taras. It is the ailment, a physical ailment that we get it on our skin, we get it on our, first it comes on the house, then on clothing, then on the skin. And the truth is, we're told that we get this for a few different reasons. The most well-known is for speaking lashon hara, right? Which is what we know as gossip, or again, lack of better translation. But there are other reasons that we get it also. Why? Why do we need two entire parshios talking about this? So the thing is that it's not only about what not to say, which is the number one reason for get tzaras, if somebody speaks lashon hara, right? What we need to understand, it's not only about you know, what you said that was wrong, it's also about what you didn't say that could have been wrong.
Yeah.
And this is the whole reason we have two entire parshios devoted to it. We have Tazria, and over there we speak a lot. It speaks a lot about lashon hara, right? What not to say, like, don't, you know, what you said was wrong, and therefore you get tzaras. And then we have Mitzora, to understand that it's not only about what you said, it's all about what you didn't say. Speaking negatively is wrong, and we know that. But withholding from speaking positively, that's also wrong.
Wow.
That is also wrong. And that is also a form of tuma, a form of impurity, just the same way speaking negatively is a form of impurity, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk for a few minutes about the concept of tahara and tuma. Okay, so tahara, well, what's the greatest force of purity? Let me ask you, Gila, what's the greatest force of purity in this world?
That's a good question.
Right? It's a good question.
But yeah, I mean, I'm used to asking the question the other way around, of what's the greatest force of impurity.
That comes next. So, but if you know what the greatest source of impurity is, you probably know the greatest source of purity. What's the greatest force of impurity?
It's death.
Is death. So what would be the greatest force of purity?
Life.
Life.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the greatest force of purity is life. The greatest force of impurity would be a lack of life. Any sort of lack of life or loss of life. So, and that's what we have some examples of tuma, right? How is a person considered tameh? You know, if they're near death, they go to a funeral, you have to wash your hands afterwards, right? Or after you wake up in the morning, we know that when we're sleeping, we're considered 1/60th dead. When a woman is a nida, she's considered impure. For what reason?
Because there's a loss of potential life.
There's a loss of potential for life. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a loss of potential for life, right?
Yeah.
Now, the real question now is, why is a woman considered a nida after she gives birth?
Right. Yeah.
That's the real question, right? Because we understand, like, she's bringing life into the world. Isn't that the greatest source of tahara that there could be? Why is she spiritual? And I want to explain quickly that tuma we're talking about a spiritual impurity. It has nothing to do with a physical cleanliness or a lack of cleanliness. 0, 0. These are spiritual concepts. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it's something that gets lost in the translation. So.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Why is a woman considered spiritually impure after she brings a child into this world? Right? And I'll tell you what I think. It's because she had a life living inside of her and she lost the life that's inside of her. So yes, she created a lot of purity in the world now, but she still is experiencing that loss from within her, right? That loss of a life that was inside of her. And this is what I personally believe, that based on my own research, which is usually, Instagram polls, but based on my research and my understanding and my, experience with people, I really believe that, how a woman very often feels like those baby blues after birth. I'm not talking about any kind of serious postpartum depression or anxiety. I'm talking about just the regular down that we experience a few days after birth that most women go through, right? I really think that it's a spiritual down. It's coming from this place of missing that life that she had inside of her, and it creates, this emotional, feeling of blue, which is why it's called the baby blues. So,
because it's kind of like a transition, right? Like just like death is a transition from one world to the next world, the baby's also transitioning from inside to outside, right? So there is that transition, and generally transitions are challenging. So very 100%. Interesting.
Yes, exactly. So it's interesting, creating life, we know is, as we understand, is the greatest source of tahara.
Yeah.
But the truth is, it's not only about birthing a child, because you can say, oh, a person who never gives birth to a child can't create life and can't create purity. Of course she can. And that means a man can't create purity if he doesn't physically, bring life into the world. Of course he can. Anybody could create purity. It's not only about actual giving birth, because birthing a child is not enough. Birthing a child is creating existence. Anybody in this world has an opportunity to create life, whether you birth a child or not. So how do we do that? Because what's an indication of life? What's an indication that someone is alive or something is alive? Growth. As long as something is growing, it's an indication of life. So we need to ask ourselves, am I helping people grow? Am I building people up? Am I creating life within people? Or am I knocking them down? Because as we said before, Taras is not only about what you said, it's about what you didn't say. Speaking negatively, we know is wrong, but withholding from speaking positively is wrong too. So when, we need to understand that we have the opportunity to create growth on a constant basis when we are able to build people up. Our words are so important.
Yeah.
What we say to people. We could literally create life or death. When your child, if I'm speaking to mothers over here, okay? When your child walks into the room, comes home from school, or comes downstairs before Shabbos, or, walks into the house, walks into the room, what should our reaction be? Our eyes should light up. They should see how happy we are to see them. Tell them how beautiful they look. Tell them how happy we are to see them. Tell them how proud we are of them, right? And we don't even need reasons. Sometimes we wait, let me think of a reason to give my child a compliment. You don't even need a reason to compliment them.
Yeah.
And the same thing, goes for our spouses. Do we take out the time to thank them and appreciate all the things that they do within our marriage, or as a parent to our children, right? Or if they're the ones who will, provide and bring in parnasa, do we appreciate them? Do we remember to tell them how thankful we are for them and how wonderful they are? When we think of someone, right? Had you ever have this, Gila, when you're thinking of someone, you just somebody comes into your mind and then you're like, oh, that's cool. Why did I think of them? Then you move on with life. When somebody comes into your mind,
let them know.
Send them a text.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. You know what I was thinking when you were saying that, Yaffa, is that, how it's easy for our eyes to light up when we see our kids at the end of the day or something like that, it's a compliment that we're really paying the person, that I value you just for being you. And the truth is, we could do it for anyone, right? It doesn't have to be for our kids or our spouse, right? It's such a powerful thing to do for someone, just to show them that, to give them that compliment of saying, I'm happy to see you. right? And
100%. Anybody walk into a store and just smile at people. It's so interesting. I had this experience last week on Tuesday. I went into New York I was doing a few events, and I went into the car rental place. I had reserved a car, and I went in. And as I got up to the counter, the guy said to me, "Well, you look like you're having a nice day." What he didn't realize is, by the way, that I had been in a 5-hour delay. I slept 2 hours that night. I was in the airport since 7 o'clock in the morning. I had a 5-hour delay. I was nervous that I was going to miss my event that night. It was not it wasn't an amazing day in that sense, But he said, "You look like you're having a great day. Why are you so happy?" And I said, "I'm just, trying to be positive about life." And he said to me, "You know that when you walked into this room, you lit up the whole place. Right away, I saw that you are a person who people want to be around." I can't tell you first of all, how that made me feel. I was like, okay, I'm happy that I did that for you. But you know what you just did for me?
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it was like this, like a double compliment, a reciprocal compliment. Just, he felt good about my presence, and he expressed that to me. So I felt so good about the way he expressed that to me. And it was just such a beautiful feeling. This strange guy, I don't know him, I'll probably never see him again,
right.
And so imagine if we do that with people that we know, and we do that with people that we're close with, how we can make somebody's day, how we can make somebody feel, just by giving them a compliment. Now, the trick is that it has to be a genuine compliment.
Yes.
It has to be genuine. No kissing up to people, no saying what we think they want to hear, or whatever ulterior motive we might have, or just because, you went, I heard a class that said I had to give a compliment. All right, let me just give a compliment. No. It has to be genuine. People feel it when it's genuine, when it's not genuine.
And can I just add something that I heard that was very, very powerful? That I heard, I think this is Kevin Hines that says this, is that if you don't see the good in someone, you haven't looked hard enough, right? So like there's always something.
You have not what enough?
Looked hard enough.
Looked hard enough.
So like there's always something genuine that a genuine, good, nice thing that we can give to say to someone.
1,000%. And I'm just going to end off with explaining this whole idea that, we can create life. We can bring purity into this world, and we actually do. The way we treat, the energy that we put into this world is the way Hashem responds. So we want Hashem to respond with bracha and with positivity. Then we have to put purity into the world. Chas v'shalom. Sometimes we wonder, why does Hashem respond with darkness? Maybe we're putting the energy of tumah into the world, of when we're creating this lack of life instead of creating life. And we can do that for another person. We can literally make or break their day, their week, their life, just by the words we say. We could create life in them, or chas v'shalom, we can create death in them. And it's really, we have the power to do that. So I just wanted to explain that, and maybe just for the challenge.
Yeah, because we're inspired now. So tell us how we can action this. What's challenge us?
Okay, so first of all, whenever you think about another person, send them a text. It doesn't require a whole phone call. We live in amazing times. Okay, we don't have to talk on the phone. Just send them a text. Hey, I was thinking about you. I hope you're doing great. Blah blah. Whatever your relationship is with that person. Okay, send them a text. How beautiful will they feel? How wonderful will they feel knowing that somebody's been thinking about them? Okay, that's number one. And also, I would say that's just to any person. But I also would say that we should go out of our way to make sure that, I would say to challenge yourself every single day to give at least just one compliment to all the people that you're closest with, your spouse, your children, whoever really, really is in your nuclear world, and that you might need to develop this relationship with and help in some way, create life with them. So that's what I would suggest. A parent, a spouse, a child, a sibling, somebody, every single day, make sure you compliment someone.
Wow. Amazing. What I love about it is that they're easy, easy habit to make consistently. So thank you so much. Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
sorry that I have to run. I had to keep this short. I would love to sit and schmooze longer, but I gotta go.
I know. I really appreciate you putting the time in to do it. Thank you.
It's really a pleasure. And by the way, something happened to my phone. I think when the phone call came in and everything froze. So I don't know how many people are on, and I don't see any messages if anyone's writing anything, and nothing is showing up on my phones. I just wanted everyone to know that.
All right. So, you've got loads of thank yous and loads of comments saying how people needed to hear it, and yes, sharing this.
Thank you.
So
thank you so much to each one of you. I appreciate that so much, really. And I'm sorry that I can't see specifically who said what. Okay. Thank you. Bye,
so
everyone.
much, Yaffa.
Have an amazing day.
Thank you, Yaffa. I'm just going to quickly, I'm just going to quickly tell everyone how the Clean Speech Challenge works. Today is the last day of our challenge, but basically, this is the 5th challenge that we had. Every day there was a challenge. We have a little Facebook group where people put in the challenge, and there are 3 prizes that you could win. Each of them is a £36 Amazon voucher or equivalent currency if you're not in the UK. And I'm going to be announcing the winners to those prizes in my free masterclass tomorrow. We're going to be talking about how silence and empathy can really help us in our communication. So if you're wondering how you can win, so there's three ways to win. Anyone that's done all of the challenges and has let me know either in the Facebook group or via email will be entered into a raffle to win. The person that is the most helpful and cheerleading, helping spread positivity in the Facebook group will also win the voucher, and also the person that brought the most people into the challenge is also going to win a voucher. If anyone has any questions or you want to join in late, you've still got from today until tomorrow to do all those challenges. And I'm going to be announcing the prize, the winners at the masterclass, and there's going to be a free question and answer at the end of the masterclass where you can ask me any questions that you have.
Thank you for listening. I can't wait to hear how the challenge went for you. You can email me gilaross@gmail.com, and please take a moment to rate, review, subscribe, and share this challenge with anyone else who will benefit from it. Thank you and have a wonderful day.